Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, 3 dead from 2 accidents hours apart in Trelawny. The parish of Trelawny recorded 3 fatalities in 2 separate collisions within a 4-hour period on the North Coast Highway on Friday. The victims have been identified as a 48-year-old deliveryman Negril Samuels of Chatham St. James and the 49-year-old Julian Patrick of Friendship District and the 48-year-old Linwall Adlam of Bunkers Hill, both in Trelawny. According to the Constabulary Communications Network, the first incident occurred about 7:10 a.m. Samuels was driving a Toyota Voxy on the Coral Springs roadway when the motor vehicle collided with a Toyota Wish that was entering the highway from a minor road. The Voxy reportedly careened to the other side of the road and crashed into a bus stop. Samuels and his passenger were both injured. They were taken to the hospital for treatment, where Samuels was pronounced dead. The driver of the Toyota Wish reported no injuries. He has since been warned for prosecution. Reports are that the second accident occurred about 11:30 a.m. A Toyota Voxy motorcar, which was overtaking a line of traffic in the vicinity of the Duncans bypass, collided head-on with a Toyota Corolla motorcar. Patrick, the driver of the Toyota Corolla motorcar, and his passenger Adlam were pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. The driver of the Toyota Voxy motorcar also received multiple injuries and was admitted at hospital for treatment. An investigation into both incidents continue. Beryllium lauds cops for taking down criminals in Negril operation. Beryllium Limited has lauded the Jamaica Constabulary Forces, Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Branch on the successful operation that was carried out in Negril, Westmoreland on Friday. The operation resulted in the seizure of 6 firearms and the deaths of 4 would-be robbers who were reportedly part of a criminal network that was planning a major heist. The criminal network is also believed to have been behind a series of attacks and robberies on Beryllium Limited security teams across the country, according to Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of the Crime and Security Portfolio, Fitz Bailey. In a statement on Friday, President of Beryllium Limited, Andre McLean, said the company acknowledges the dedicated and unwavering support that it has received behind the scenes from the JCF ever since the major incidents that affected the company, the financial sector, and the country over recent times. Our joint collaboration with the JCF is not limited to this morning's operation, but is an ongoing daily effort to keep Jamaica safe whilst performing our duties, said McLean. We will never rejoice at the death of anyone, but it is very hard to forget how our team, our staff, our clients, and the country were badly affected by the criminals. But while the public may have moved on to the next topical news item, we and the police most certainly have not, McLean stated. While expressing gratitude to all of its stakeholders, including its staff, for their continued support, he assured that Beryllium Limited will continue to provide the country with the necessary financial support services. I use this medium to remind the public that cash-in-transit services and ATM services are high-risk in nature, and the individuals should always limit their interaction with our team members as they perform their duties, McLean stated. 5 to 6 weeks for mosquitoes to diminish locally, says Tufton. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has said that based on reports from local health scientists, it will take another 5 to 6 weeks before the mosquito population gradually starts to diminish. Amid widespread concerns from citizens relative to the increase in the mosquitoes after the passage of Hurricane Beryl, Tufton said the government is acting by taking the concerns seriously. We are equipped to do the work, and the funding is not an issue at this time. What we need is the management and coordination on the ground, said Tufton during a visit to Rocky Point in southeast Clarendon on Thursday to observe fogging activities there. The minister said in relation to Clarendon, 121 temporary workers, 20 permanent staff, 4 functioning vehicles, 16 handheld foggers, and the 3 ultra-low volume fogging machines have been deployed to tackle the mosquito problem there. He cited that while most of the mosquitoes will not pass on the dengue virus, they are still a nuisance to the residents. The ministry is committed to eradicating them, and we understand and regret that you have to go through this. It is our job to get you back to normal as quickly as possible, said Tufton. The minister urged that while the vector teams do their task, the residents should ensure that they keep their surroundings clear of mosquito breeding sites. Some of the common breeding sites for the Aedes aegypti mosquitoes that transmit the dengue virus are drums, tires, buckets, and feeding containers for animals. Residents are being urged to cover the drums and generally assist in destroying mosquito breeding sites. Forestry Department says it disrupted illegal logging before standoff. The Forestry Department says it disrupted an illegal logging operation on Friday as it sought to address what it described as the misleading and the false narrative circulating on social media. Its statement came on Sunday amid Maroon Chief Richard Curry sharing details of what transpired in Quickstep, St. Elizabeth, and him being named as a person of interest by the police. The Forestry Department said after disrupting the illegal operation, the team was impeded in conducting its lawful duties by more than 200 residents and the illegal loggers, as it detailed its accurate account of the events on Friday. Over the last 5 years, it is the Forestry Department that has facilitated the declaration of the Cockpit Country Protected Area, managed some 122,573 hectares of forest reserves, and planted more than 2.9 million trees. It is a forest protection and a sustainable management that is the mandate of the agency, and any assertion to the contrary is patently false, the Forestry Department asserted. It explained that on the afternoon of July 25, forest rangers from the agency identified an extensive illegal timber harvesting operation in Louis Patent in the Cockpit Country Forest Reserve, part of the Cockpit Country Protected Area near Quickstep, a small town located in the mountains of St. Elizabeth and Trelawny. Upon receiving this report, the agency said it dispatched a team on the morning of July 26 to seize the illegally harvested timber. It was reported that at approximately 7 a.m., a truck loaded with lumber was seen leaving the area. Before their arrival, the Forestry Department said. Upon arrival, the team, consisting of 2 agency vehicles and the 7 staff members, discovered significant illegal harvesting activities, including the cutting and the conversion of several Jamaican mahogany trees into lumber. More than 500 pieces of lumber were located at multiple points along trails within the reserve. The team began retrieving the lumber, loading 150 pieces into the agency's 3-ton truck. However, their exit was blocked as the trees and the boulders were used to obstruct the road, the Forestry Department said. It went on to say that the team contacted its head office and a secondary team was dispatched, coordinating with the police for their release. The Forestry Department said around 10 p.m., the secondary team, along with 8 police officers in 3 service vehicles, attempted to clear the blockage, but were reportedly met with resistance as stones were thrown at them from the surrounding hills. Both teams were forced to spend the night on site, awaiting further assistance, it added. According to the Forestry Department, a Jamaica Defense Force team arrived at approximately 5:30 a.m. on Saturday, providing the necessary support to retrieve the agency personnel by 8 a.m. However, the vehicles were left behind pending additional state resources. It said that with the combined efforts of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JDF, and the Jamaica Fire Brigade, all state officers and equipment were eventually retrieved. A convoy attempted to depart the area around 5:30 p.m. on Saturday, July 27, 2024. The convoy was once again impeded in Quickstep Square by a group of residents. They attempted to legally claim the seized lumber and obstruct the police. The superintendent on site successfully ensured the safe departure of the Forestry Department personnel and the evidence, which has been secured in Kingston for further investigation, the Forestry Department said. It added that the Forestry Department remains committed to protecting Jamaica's natural resources and upholding the law. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.